The Dark Knight's mind is laid bare as he attempts to escape a horrifying nightmare world. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Batman issue number 66 and find out, shall we? Alrighty then, so for those of you not keeping track at home, Batman had briefly glimpsed his father from the Flashpoint universe, only to enter some sort of weird dream coma. And then we took a break for 2 issues of a Heroes in Crisis tie-in series, and now we're back again in the dream world. Only now it seems Batman can't even be bothered to show up in his own dream, as this issue deals with almost entirely the question interrogating Catwoman. Well, alright, I should say dream versions of these characters. Neither of them are actually here right now, which arguably means nothing they say should really matter, but hey, look at Catwoman smoke. Isn't that something? It's a dream, so they can get away with characters smoking where normally in comics you can't do that. This might actually have been pretty shocking, but then I'm reminded that they did the exact same thing with Constantine in the previous issue, and in fact, speaking of Constantine, it was weird that Batman's subconscious manifested John, but you know, at least we know for a fact that they know of each other, even if they don't necessarily like each other. Here though, it's strange to see Batman's mind spit out the question of all things. I'm pretty sure these two haven't even met in the post-New 52 era, but then again, continuity at DC is a bit of a joke these days, so who the hell knows. Also, it's a dream, so it shouldn't matter. Catwoman once again regales the question with the story of how her and Batman first met. It was on the street, it references Batman Year One, there's a lot of that going on at DC currently. She says that she liked him right away, but that she didn't really start falling for him until she almost accidentally got him killed by taking a huge bounty from Two-Face to set up a robbery as an ambush. Now, because this is a Tom King story, what's actually happening on the panel isn't as important as the meta reading, which seems to be questioning trying to get to the bottom of why Catwoman broke Bruce's heart. Dream Selina says that she always respected Batman because he had no amazing powers. He's just a man fueled by a singular vow that he made to his dead parents to war on criminals. But if Batman got married, he might be happy, and if he's happy, he would change one vow for another, and really, what would Batman be without his vow? Although, as I've mentioned a dozen times before, I think Tom King really isn't giving Batman enough credit as a character to think he can't multitask, or that he's somehow completely, utterly incapable of being happy, even though we see him happy a bunch in a lot of other Batman books. It's also around this point, too, that I start to realize that all of the questions that Vic Sage is asking Selina right now are probably the very same questions that fans have been asking to Tom King since issue 50, and that this entire issue pretty much exists for the writer to speak through Selina and say, all those things you thought were important, nah man, they're not important at all. Ultimately, Vic Sage says that if Selina ultimately wanted to protect Batman and keep him at his absolute strongest, then why is he so weak right now following the breakup? And there's no real answer to that question. The comic just kind of peters out at the end. And so that was Batman issue number 66, everybody, and geez, even if you like this series and what Tom King is doing, I think you have to admit this one felt like a lot of filler. We're still nowhere closer to knowing how Batman can escape this dream world, or even how he got in here in the first place. King certainly does love waxing poetic with the question Catwoman. The only problem is these are dream versions of these characters, so what they say doesn't really matter. I know that because we're supposed to be in Batman's head, this is his subconscious working through a bunch of very complicated issues, but it just seems like he asks the same question over and over again. Also, we as the reader know that Catwoman didn't break off the marriage with Batman because she thought it would make him strong. It was because Holly Robinson put doubt in her head over the marriage, and she only did that because Bane is secretly behind everything, and this is all part of some crazy scheme he's working on. Overall, I'd give this a 5 out of 10. I'm sick of dreaming. Can we please wake up now?
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Caped Joel again. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out some of these other videos I have available from the channel. Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Caped Joel, so you're always up to speed on what I'm doing next. And hey, did you know, outside just making great weekly comic videos, I'm also on several comic book podcasts, some of which are very popular. There's the Weekly Pull, which the shirt I'm wearing right now. That one goes every other Tuesday. Then there's the Elseworlds Exchange over on the Comic Pop channel. That's every Wednesday around 3 to 5, give or take. And then how could I possibly forget the Comic Multiverse, the show hosted by myself and Matt of Fortress of Solitude. That one goes live on this channel every Wednesday at 8, and also SoundCloud and iTunes later on. Be sure to check out and subscribe to those if you haven't already. I assure you, you won't be mistaken.